BJJ legend Marcus Buchecha is itching to get back into the competitive circle with a new series of posts he released on social media this week. The behemoth Brazilian bruiser is back at it again, hitting the grind harder than ever before. Fresh off the heels of his highly anticipated documentary, Far Beyond World Records, the 33-year-old heavyweight is ready to take on the world. With bulging biceps and rippling abs, he proudly showcased his physical progression in a series of jaw-dropping photos on Instagram. Grappling to finish the week. Read the caption on the post. Marcus Buchecha has proven himself to be a force to be reckoned with, not just on the ground but also on his feet. The Brazilian beast has honed his striking skills under the tutelage of the renowned American top team in Florida, and his opponents are sure to feel the brunt of his newfound ferocity. Buchecha has also dedicated countless hours to perfecting his footwork and striking combinations while continuing to refine his grappling skills. This hunger for improvement has already earned him an undefeated record of 4 wins and 0 losses since transitioning to MMA in 2021. With victories over some of the world's top heavyweights, including Kirill Grishenko and Kang Ji-won, Buchecha has firmly established himself as a top contender for the One Championship world title in the highly competitive 265 lbs division. But what's next for this unstoppable force? Enter Odi Delaney and Amir Ali Akbari, 2 heavyweight fighters who have been flying under the radar. They may have thought they could slip past Buchecha unnoticed, but he's got his sights set on them. Will they be able to withstand the might of this jiu-jitsu legend turned MMA powerhouse? Let us know in the comments below. Mikey Musumeci is still holding on to the hope that he will fight Demetrious Johnson in a submission grappling match at some point in time. Last year, the American grappling sensation claimed the one flyweight submission grappling world title and immediately expressed interest in a mixed-rules super fight with Mighty Mouse Johnson. He hoped to showcase the power and technique of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu against a high-profile athlete like Johnson. In a recent Ask Me Anything session on Reddit, a fan queried who his ideal grappling opponent would be. Staying true to his previous statements, Musumeci reaffirmed his desire to face off against Johnson in a highly anticipated showdown. Honestly, in my weight category in Jiu-Jitsu, I have already faced everyone that I wanted to, so my dream matchup is facing a legend out of Jiu-Jitsu, the literal GOAT of MMA, Mighty Mouse in a grappling match, and then maybe in a few years I return the favor and we do MMA as well. Darth Rigatoni is quickly making a name for himself in One Championship, boasting an impressive record of 3-0. His debut in the promotion made waves when he submitted grappling legend Masakazu Imanari via a rear naked choke in April 2022. Next up, for his next title defense, Musumeci will be back to face Osama Almarwai, a fierce competitor who recently made history as the first Yemen-born athlete to win an ibjjf world title. It's sure to be a thrilling matchup as these 2 grappling powerhouses clash in the One Championship circle. Moving forward, let's step into the world of NFL and how one athlete in particular is practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to avoid injuries. Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa dealt with multiple concussions during the 2022 season, resulting in the star quarterback missing a slew of important games. A former first-round NFL draft pick out of Alabama, Tagovailoa's durability has come into question after last season. According to recent reports, there have also been concerns raised by doctors about Tua Tagovailoa's injury record. In fact, during this year's offseason, Tagovailoa was reportedly considering retiring from football altogether due to concerns about his health. However, he ultimately decided to take up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to help him deal with the physical demands of the game. During a recent press conference, Tagovailoa spoke about his decision to start practicing Jiu-Jitsu.
It's actually a lot cooler than you think when you hear of learning how to fall. I mean, you know, with Jiu-Jitsu, I've been thrown airborne. I've been put in many uncomfortable positions, you know, for me to learn how to fall and try to react throughout those positions that I'm getting thrown around in.
Before his injuries, Tagovailoa was an MVP candidate in 2022, finishing the season with 25 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions. His 105.5 passer rating was among the highest in the league. Hopefully, with this new training regime, Tagovailoa will be back to the dominant force that he once was, and we're sure as heck excited for his return. What about you? Do you think BJJ is an effective form of training for recovery? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, we'd love to know whether you've enjoyed the video so far. If so, please subscribe to Valor Strategy Grappling and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on the upcoming videos. With that said, let's move on to our next news of the day. Ice Blue, also known as Paulo Eduardo Salvador, is a well-known rapper in Brazil and a member of the influential hip-hop group Racionais MCs. Now you may be wondering why the heck we are even talking about hip-hop in a grappling/BJJ focused video. Well, it seems like this Brazilian icon has finally found his way toward BJJ. While most Brazilians are familiar with his name, non-Brazilians may wonder who he is when they see his name on the roster for BJJ Stars 10, Battlefield. We've got the full story here for you. Racionais MCs, founded in 1988, consists of Ice Blue, Mano Brown, Eddie Rock, and KLJ, all of whom have roots in favelas around the South Zone in Sao Paulo. The group is well known for their social activism and lyrics which address issues such as violence, poverty, and prejudice against black people. Ice Blue, in addition to being a rapper, is also a second-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu under Andre Ricardo Garapa da Silva and represents the Tetris team. And now he's jumping from the music industry to compete in a super fight against Alexandra Godoy at BJJ Stars 10 on April 22nd in Sao Paulo. Ice Blue began his jiu-jitsu training under Roberto Godoy and has since moved to a Tetris affiliate in Capão Redondo, where he currently trains. Despite his success in the music industry, he has remained dedicated to his jiu-jitsu training and is well respected within the BJJ community in Brazil. According to Ice Blue, his training helps him to deal with his emotions. Having grown up in a favela, I used to have many social questions, thoughts about revolution, uncontrollable riots, and unexplained loneliness, he said. I found on the mats a way to overflow, to find myself mentally, to go out of my comfort zone, and then jiu-jitsu educated myself. I become another person, and I'm so thankful for the jiu-jitsu therapy. Despite living an artist's life, he has never stopped training. His training is not as intense as a professional athlete, but he's always on the mats. He accepted the invitation to this fight as a way to inspire people and introduce more people to jiu-jitsu. I want to inspire people, take off this prejudice inside of the favela about jiu-jitsu, he said. Jiu-jitsu is an educational tool. I am willing to fight to make a direct connection with people who don't know I train this art. I want to reach people from favelas around Brazil looking for gyms to train. Do you think Ice Blue will taste the same amount of success as he has in the music industry? Let us know in the comments below. In yesterday's video, we covered the Beat the Streets wrestling tournament at Oak Park River Forest High School in Oak Park on April 8th, which took an ugly turn when a youth sucker punched his opponent out of spite after losing the match. It seems like the Oak Park police have now launched an investigation into the incident. The story? Hafid Alisea, a high school wrestler from Maine West High School, lost a freestyle wrestling match to Cooper Corder of Spar Wrestling Academy by a score of 14-2. After the match, as per tradition, the two wrestlers were called to the center of the mat to shake hands and announce the winner. However, Alisea refused to accept defeat gracefully and instead faked a handshake before brutally sucker-punching Corder, causing him to fall to the floor. The referee quickly intervened and escorted Alisea away, while Corder's parents rushed to their son's aid and began yelling in the direction of the attacker. According to TMZ Sports, Corder suffered a broken nose from the punch, but fortunately, he will not need to wear a special face mask for any upcoming bouts. The parents of both boys are cooperating with the investigation by the Oakland Park Police Department. In light of the awful incident at the Beat the Streets wrestling tournament on April 8th, many fans of high school sports were left disappointed at the dismal sportsmanship shown by the young wrestler out of Maine West High School. After footage of the incident was uploaded to Twitter by MMA journalist Talon Guzman, fans and users expressed their thoughts in the comments section of the post. One fan speculated on the reason behind Hafid Alisea's violent outburst and wrote, "The kid in the blue has a bloody nose. Makes me think that something happened during the match." Another fan claimed the kid and his parents must be held accountable, stating, "Hope his parents are sued and this kid gets assault charges." Another user suggested some penalties for Alisea and wrote, "Ban him, bar any scholarships, and have his folks pay for damages. Kids these days are a nightmare. Can't deal with loss at all." What are your thoughts on this incident? Do you think there is more to it than what can be seen in the video? Sound off in the comments below. And that concludes our news recap for today. What was your favorite moment from today's recap? Let us know in the comments section below.